Dick Powell, David Niven, Ida Lupino,
Charles Boyer in Something Very Special.
Oh, steward.
Yes, sir?
What time do we dock in the morning?
About 9, sir.
Thank you.
Pardon me. Do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I haven't. I don't smoke.
Oh, well, neither do I very often. Oh, don't look so surprised. You see, I once saw a movie where the woman met the man on a ship simply by asking him to light her cigarette. Just thought I'd try it.
Well, if I'd seen the same picture, I would always carry a pack of matches, just in case. I envy you, seeing Paris for the first time.
Oh, are you going to Paris?
Yes.
Do you live there?
No, I did once, but no longer. I live in New York now.
Oh, well, then this is a vacation for you, too.
Well, not exactly. I'm going to Paris to
Yes?
take care of some personal matters.
Oh, I see. Well, will they take up all your time?
I'm not certain. Why?
Oh, I could use a guide to show me around.
I'm sure you won't have any trouble finding a guide, Joan. You know, there are many men in Paris who smoke and carry matches.
I guess I asked for that one, didn't I?
Of course, I love to see you in Paris. And as soon as I know my schedule...
Wait, say no more. I've already written down the hotel where I'll be staying.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Just think. Tomorrow we'll actually be in France.
Yes, tomorrow, France.
Something wrong?
No, of course not. Just thinking. Shall we dance?
Love to.
Hello, Mary.
We didn't expect you so soon, Alan. Come in.
Thank you. I was able to get passage earlier than I expected. I thought it might be a surprise for Jeanette.
Yes, it certainly will be. Jeanette will be home from school at any moment. Make yourself comfortable. I'll get some sherry.
No, please, do sit down. I'd rather just talk about Jeanette.
If you wish.
You're not very glad to see me, are you, Mary?
I'm surprised to see you, Alan. Janet is taking her examinations this week. She has her lessons on her mind. Your being here 1 week early will distract her. That's my only concern.
I see. Perhaps I should have waited until the end of the school year, but I thought I had waited long enough. Tell me, has she changed very much?
She's 12 years old now. Any girl changes in 5 years. She's beginning to be a young lady.
Is she pretty? Does she look like her mother?
Yes. But she has your eyes. She's a very pretty girl, Alan. You won't be ashamed of her. But I must emphasize the importance of Jeanette passing these term examinations. She has a lot of studying to do.
And you want me to understand that I am not to take up too much of her time, is that it?
She's your daughter, Alan. I only suggest that you don't distract her too much. And since you've trusted me to look after her for 5 years, I think you might heed my advice for 1 more week.
Of course, you're right. Jeanette must have time to study.
Now, if you will limit your visits with her to 1 hour after school each day, then perhaps 1 evening this weekend, understand I'm only suggesting.
I understand. I agree with you. It's just...
Grandmother, I'm home. Sorry I'm late.
Come in, Janet.
Hello, Jeanette.
Hello, Father.
I will leave you alone. Give me your book, Jeanette.
Well, shall we sit down?
Yes, if you wish.
Well, I came earlier than I had expected to.
Yes. We thought you were coming next week.
Your grandmother tells me that you're doing very well in school.
I've been trying very hard.
Well, that's good, good. I know you're very busy studying this week, so I won't take too much of your time.
Oh.
I thought I could meet you after school for an hour, and then perhaps on the weekend we could go out for the evening.
That would be very nice.
Yes. You're very beautiful, Janet. You look very much like your mother.
Thank you.
And your voice is like hers. Soft, so very soft.
I can't remember her voice very well.
5 years is a long time.
Yes, a long time.
They were lonely years for me, Janet.
Yes, I know. They were lonely years.
When your mother died, I went to pieces. My grief caused me to neglect everything. My work at the bank, my daughter, everything.
I understand.
Do you, darling? Can you understand how I felt when I came to my senses? It wasn't easy, you know, sailing for America alone. But I had to leave you here with your grandmother until I could establish myself again.
Grandmother has been very kind to me.
Why, of course. I know that. I only meant to say that, if I left you here, it was because it was necessary, Janet.
Yes, it was necessary.
But now things are as they should be. Of course, we'll have to get acquainted all over again.
Of course.
Well, what would you like to do tomorrow?
Whatever you would like to do, Father.
No. We will do what you want to do.
Well, then perhaps we can just walk.
Walk?
I like to walk.
Well, then we'll walk all over Paris.
In 1 hour?
Oh, we'll have many hours together from now on, Jeanette.
It is probably Madame Calvert, my piano teacher.
Well, I didn't know you played the piano.
Yes.
I think that's very nice. And I bet you sing, too. I bet you sing beautifully.
No, I do not sing.
No, that's not important. As long as you play the piano well, that's much more important.
I do not play the piano well. I'm just learning.
Oh, well, it takes time, of course.
Of course.
Jeanette's piano teacher is here. She says she can wait a while, or we can postpone the lesson until tomorrow if you like.
Oh, no. No, since she's already here. You don't want to miss your lesson, do you, Janet?
Of course not.
Well, just as well, really. I have to get settled at the hotel. But tomorrow we'll have the whole hour.
Yes.
Madame Calvert is in the music room, Jeanette.
Yes, Grandmother. Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye, Jeanette. She's lovely.
Is something wrong?
Oh, nothing really. Just I was expecting our first meeting to be less formal. It was a strain on both of us.
But that's natural under the circumstances.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, perhaps tomorrow we can relax more.
The school is 2 blocks up the street. You can meet her at 3. No need for her to come home. Knowing she's with you, I won't be worried.
Well, thank you for trusting me, Mary. I'm sorry I shouldn't have said that. But after all, I'm her father. You think she would be more... Well, perhaps tomorrow. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, Ellen.
Taxi! I'm so happy you could come tonight, Joan. Tell me, is that job as a guide still open?
Oh, I've had a few other applications, you know. One from a very tall Englishman who lives in the same hotel with me. And believe it or not, he approached me.
Did he ask you for a match?
He was even more obvious. He was sure we'd met somewhere before.
Oh, he sounds like the wrong type. Let's turn him down.
Oh, I'm convinced. You're the man for the job. But Alan, what about this schedule of yours? Aren't these personal matters going to take up an awful lot of your time?
My plans have changed somewhat. I think I'll have much more free time than I expected. And if you don't mind, I like to spend most of it with you.
Why, I suppose I should blush, but I'm just not the blushing kind, Alan. I'm delighted.
Tired?
A little bit.
Well, we did cover a lot of territory.
Oh, but I like the territory we covered last night.
So did I. By the way, I won't be able to dine with you tonight, Joan. There is something I must do.
Oh, no, Alan. Couldn't you put it off?
I'd love to, but this is something I feel should be done.
All right. But I'm warning you. If you make me eat dinner alone too many times, you're going to drive me into the arms of that Englishman.
I will not let that happen. Well, we have time for a drink before my appointment, shall we? Waiter!
I begin studying now, Grandmother.
Wait a little longer, Jeanette.
But it's already 3:30.
A little longer.
Can I go to my room then? If Father comes, you can call me.
When your father comes, I'll call you.
Is Jeanette home?
Of course. She waited for you at the school for 15 minutes, then walked home alone.
I'm terribly sorry. I let the time sneak up, and then I was caught in traffic.
I'll call her.
No, wait. One moment. I'm worried. I thought of a possibility yesterday. Never occurred to me before. The possibility that Jeanette might not, like me very much. That she might prefer to stay here with you instead of going to America.
Are you sure that it's Jeanette you're worried about, Alan? Or yourself?
What do you mean?
Were you disappointed in your first meeting with the child?
Well, I must say, I hardly expected her to be so distant. After all, I traveled a long way.
But why? Did you come back because you love the child very much? Or did you come back because you thought it was your duty?
That's unfair, Mary. I know you've never approved of me, but please, I love my daughter very much. We're strangers now, but given a chance, it might be different.
I hope so, Alan.
What are you talking about anyway? Suppose I did come back only from a sense of duty. She's my daughter, and it is my duty to care for her. You took over that duty when I was unable to perform it, and I'm grateful, sincerely grateful. But I'm in a position to assume my responsibility now, and I intend to do so.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Alan. Of course you have the right to take your daughter with you. And if you'd like to take her out this evening, I won't object.
Thank you. I'm hoping that tonight we might have a chance to understand one another.
I'll call Jeanette.
Hello, Jeanette.
Hello,
terribly sorry.
Grandmother told me you were tied up in traffic.
That's rather a trite excuse, isn't it? Of course, it really is what happened.
Of course.
My, that's a really pretty dress.
It's an old dress. I don't like the color very well.
What are we going to do today?
It's almost 4. I must begin studying at 4.
Oh, really? Well, I thought since I was delayed, we might spend more time together. This evening, possibly.
I'm quite behind in my studies, Father.
One evening won't cause you to fail, will it?
Well, I'm hoping to get good marks, and studying is important.
And I suppose to get to know your father is not.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, too. You want to know, I had other plans this evening, and I canceled them because of you. I thought it would be nice if we had dinner together.
I'm sorry you went to all that bother.
Janet. Well, why are you so upset? Don't you think we could have dinner after all?
Well, it would be nice, and it's very kind of you to ask me, but what if my head didn't ache so?
What? Your head?
Yes, I have a terrible headache. I got it in school this afternoon, and I thought it might go away, but it hasn't, and I don't feel like. What I mean is...
I understand. You'd rather not have dinner with me because of your headache.
Perhaps later in the week.
Perhaps.
Well, I'd better do my lessons quickly, and then try to get to bed early.
I won't keep you any longer.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Well, it's all right. The hour is almost up anyway. And your head must be bothering you.
You don't mind.
Of course not. Well, I'll meet you after school tomorrow, and I'll be on time. Goodbye, Janet.
I'll call Grandmother.
No, never mind. I'll let myself out.
Hello? Oh, Alan.
I hope you haven't made any plans for this evening yet, Joan. Yes, I know, but it didn't work out. I was hoping that we might have dinner together after all.
Oh, I was hoping the very same thing. I even turned down the Englishman again.
Good for you. Look, why don't we have a quiet dinner here in my apartment? We can go somewhere else later.
Sounds wonderful.
Good. I'll expect you around 7 then. Fine. Suite 343. Bye-bye. Room service, please. Hello, this is Mr. Brock. Would you send up the head waiter, please? Thank you.
It doesn't matter. It was wrong for you to lie, Janet.
But I just didn't want to, Grandmother. Not tonight.
Your father has traveled across an ocean to see you.
Because he had to. It was his duty.
Janet.
I'm sorry.
And well you might be. You're behaving disgracefully.
But I just didn't want to be with him tonight, Grandmother. So I just didn't want to.
Well, you're going to. I will not have a granddaughter of mine telling lies. You do not have a headache, and you will have dinner with him. Do you understand?
Yes, Grandmother.
Now, go along upstairs and change your clothes. I'll call a taxi and have you taken to your father's hotel. You can tell him you feel better and you want to have dinner with him.
Yes, Grandmother.
Go along now. Now call your father and tell him to expect you.
Monsieur blocked this suite. No, Monsieur is dressing. A message, of course. His daughter, yes? I have it. His daughter is on her way over. I'll let him know. You're welcome.
Oh, that's very nice.
Thank you, sir. There was a message, sir. The young lady is on her way over.
Oh, already? Thank you.
When would you like me to start serving, sir?
I'll phone down.
Very good, sir.
Father. Is something wrong? Do I look all right?
Oh, you look fine. Come in, Janet.
I suppose Grandmother told you about my headache. It went away so suddenly.
Yes. Well, I'm very glad.
But I want you to please tell me if you don't think I look all right to go out to dinner.
Oh, darling, you look beautiful, really beautiful. It's, never mind, it's nothing.
Is it my hair? It might have gotten mussed in the cab, but I can comb it. Is there a mirror? Is this for us?
Well, I must explain.
So beautiful. The flowers, champagne, so extra special.
Jeanette.
Oh, Daddy. You do love me, you do, you really do.
Of course I do, my darling, of course I do.
And it's something special, just for me. It's not just you, Judy. Oh, Daddy, it's so beautiful.
Yes, darling.
I'm so sorry for the way I acted this afternoon.
You shouldn't be.
Oh, but I should. I was horrible. Well, I was so afraid.
Afraid?
That you wouldn't really want me. Yesterday it seemed so formal, and today when you didn't come for so long, I thought...
Jeanette.
Oh, Daddy, I know now. I really do.
No more tears.
I can't help it. I'm so happy.
Well, that must be the waiter. Now, we can't have the waiter see my dinner companion in tears, can we? Look, go into this room and wash the tears away. I'll call you.
Am I early?
Joan,
Mr. Brock, I never wrestle before dinner.
something has come up. I can't have dinner with you tonight.
Oh, no.
I'm terribly sorry, but I can't explain now.
Look, this isn't funny anymore. This afternoon you said we couldn't have dinner, and then you called to say we can, and now you changed your mind.
It's awful, but it can't be helped, please.
All right. But it's a shame to let that beautiful table go to waste. Well, this cape isn't exactly your style, is it, Alan?
Joan, I can't explain now. I know I owe you an explanation, but please go. I'll call you in the morning.
Just a minute. Is there another woman here with you, Alan?
Yes, there is another woman.
Well, in that case, never mind the call tomorrow. Oh, and thanks for the tour. It was great fun.
Jeanette?
Do I look better, Daddy?
No one has ever looked better, darling.